All right, so here we go. I said this story seemed a little fishy when it happened. Remember, those of you who were here when I talked about this story the day after, when they tried to accuse the president of killing this man with his recommendations for a product called hydroxychloroquine. Yes, you may remember the fish cleaning story of Gary Linnaeus. Well, there's an update. Gary Linnaeus is the part of the husband and wife team that passed away when they decided to eat some fish tank cleaner, which had an ingredient called chloroquine in it, although it was chloroquine phosphate, which I don't know if that makes any difference. But when it's part of a fish cleaning formula, it's probably not edible for humans. Well, way back then, I said something in particular that may, and I think Lindsay, I think you sent this to me, if I remember right, because I said something that may have been prophetic. I said that I'm thinking perhaps Wanda Linnaeus, who did not pass away from the the ingestion of this particular fish cleaning product. I said that I bet you what really happened is that Wanda Linnaeus probably was trying to off her husband. Now, I had no evidence. It just sounded fishy, again, pun intended. But just the fact that he ingested enough to die from it and she did not. And just the whole story about, who would eat fish cleaning product, no matter what the president said, because the president didn't say go out and eat some. Hey, if whatever you could find with some of this ingredient in it, go eat, right? Well, I think the police are catching on. I think they might be catching on because police investigating death of Arizona man from chloroquine phosphate. Mesa City Police Department opens a homicide investigation into the death of Gary Linnaeus, whose wife, Wanda, said she served him a deadly cocktail to ward off coronavirus. Now, this picture here is not the form of chloroquine that they took, but they decided to show these pills. The Mesa City Police Department's Homicide Division is investigating the death of Gary Linnaeus, the Arizona man whose wife served him soda mixed with fish tank cleaner in what she claimed was a bid to fend off the coronavirus. A detective handling the case confirmed the investigation in the Washington Free Beacon on Tuesday after requesting a recording of the Free Beacon's interview with Linnaeus' wife, Wanda. Gary Linnaeus, 68, died on March 22nd. Wanda, 61, told several news outlets last month that both she and her husband had ingested a substance used to clean aquariums after hearing President Donald Trump tout one of its ingredients, chloroquine phosphate, from the White House briefing room. Detective Teresa Van Gelder, the homicide detective handling the case for the Mesa City Police Department, confirmed that the investigation is ongoing but declined to provide additional details. As this is an active investigation, I cannot go into any details at this time regarding the case. Van Gelder said the Free Beacon provided a recording of its interview last month with Wanda Linnaeus. Now, here's what from that interview, a couple things in that interview got me going here, because they were talking about how this woman, well, first of all, the gentleman, Gary Linnaeus, is an engineer, and a lot of his neighbors said that, you know what, he's too smart for that. He wouldn't eat some damn fish cleaner. And also, apparently, Wanda Linnaeus is very particular about interacting with doctors. She's, in fact, they kind of, the way they described her, she's kind of a hypochondriac and was very careful about things she put into her mouth. Don't do it. And so that's what I was reading that story back then. I'm like, they didn't do this because of Trump. That bitch tried to kill her husband, and she succeeded. Anyway, news of the police probe comes after a series of Free Beacon stories raised questions about the portrayal of the couple in the initial NBC News report that vaulted the story onto the national stage. Though that report and others suggested the couple mindlessly followed the president's medical advice to disaster results, friends of Gary Linnaeus told the Free Beacon they were skeptical he would knowingly ingest fish tank treatment. Rather, they described Linnaeus as a level-headed retired engineer and recounted a troubled marital relationship that included a previous domestic assault charge against his wife, of which she was ultimately found not guilty. Maybe because the husband didn't testify against her, maybe? Who knows how that happened? Anyway, the Free Beacon also reported that Wanda Linnaeus was a Democratic donor whose most recent contribution went to a pro-science super PAC. Science! She blinded me with science. She blinded me with science. What bothers me about this is that Gary was a very intelligent man, a retired mechanical engineer who designed systems for John Deere in Waterloo, Iowa, and I really can't see the scenario where Gary would say, yes, please. I would love to drink some of that koi fish tank cleaner, one of his close friends told the Free Beacon. It just doesn't make any sense. Another source who asked that all identifying information be withheld told the Free Beacon earlier this month that Wanda Linnaeus would constantly berate Gary in public. Everyone was embarrassed for him, but he outwardly did not seem to care much. In our opinion, their marriage was seen outwardly as to be one-sided, as a marriage possibly could be. Gary worshipped Wanda, this person said, adding that his wife would routinely call him a doofus and humiliate him in public. Wanda Linnaeus was charged with domestic abuse assault in 2001 after she allegedly hit her husband and swung a mounted birdhouse at him. That's just kind of funny to me. I don't know why. Hi, Mitch the Ripper. Hi, Tyler F. How you doing? Gary Linnaeus declined to cooperate in the case. That's why she was found not guilty. He's not required to testify against her. There you go. He declined to cooperate in the case, testifying that he was not injured or placed in fear of injury. His wife was exonerated. Wanda Linnaeus said in a phone interview with the Free Beacon last month that she and her husband had watched the president tout the virtues of chloroquine on the news, citing preliminary studies that showed it may be a promising treatment for coronavirus. She remembered purchasing a container of chloroquine phosphate years before to clean a fish tank. She said the powder, which can be lethal if ingested, is sold by aquarium suppliers and used to treat viral outbreaks in large fish tanks. She told the Free Beacon that she had mentioned this to her husband and he kind of laughed at me, you know? It was just a regular conversation. We weren't big supporters of Trump. Now, here's the thing. Not only was she not a big supporter of Trump, I'm just going to skip that sentence because campaign's financial records show that Wanda Linnaeus has given thousands of dollars to Democratic groups and candidates over the past 2 years, most recently to the 314 Action Fund. The group bills itself as a pro-science resistance and has criticized the Trump administration's response to the coronavirus pandemic, holding up the Linnaeus case to slam the White House. Oh my God, that's some circular shit right there. Anyway, and then, here's the other thing. In the same interview, Linnaeus told the Free Beacon that her husband had been planning to schedule a doctor's appointment to have a leg injury looked at, and the couple worried he might pick up coronavirus at the clinic. That's when she said she reached for the fish tank cleaner in her pantry. What the fuck is fish tank cleaner doing in your pantry anyway? I'm sorry, I said that out loud, didn't I? I didn't mean, okay, I don't always want to swear. Wanda Linnaeus routinely prepared a vitamin cocktail for him, according to Gary Linnaeus' friends. Asked if she and Linnaeus had a conversation about taking the chloroquine at the time, she told the Free Beacon, No, I mean it was really kind of a spur of the moment thing, adding that the couple ingested 1 teaspoon and some soda each, at least 4 times the lethal limit. So anyway, I'm guessing that perhaps, did she take it? Probably not. Because she'd be dead too. She'd be dead just like her, well, like her husband. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but damn. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.